From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. We do have a quiet week ahead weather-wise. Temperatures in the upper 50s for the high for most of this week, as well as partly cloudy skies. Let's take a look at our CAV tower cam overlooking the city of Utica. This morning we are seeing mostly clear to partly cloudy skies here this morning. Should be a nice sunrise coming up in about an hour or so. So again, we do have quiet weather for this week ahead. It is going to be warmer, about 10 degrees above the average high for this time of year. We are cooling back down for the weekend as a cold front does move through and that rain / maybe even some snow does return. But on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we see no activity in sight, and again, it will remain this way for most of the week. I do want to point out there is a chance of showers to move through overnight Tuesday into Wednesday that should not really affect anything throughout the day. This is all because we are in high pressure right now, and this high pressure system will dominate for most of this week up until about Friday. So let's look at all that on our skycast. We are seeing partly cloudy skies this morning. We will really begin to clear out for the day with a high in the mid to upper 50s. Overnight tonight, once again, mostly clear. Temperatures not looking to drop below freezing, so frost should not be a problem tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we will see more cloud cover than today, but still remaining dry with a high in the mid 50s. And here's that rain I was talking about overnight into Wednesday, so Tuesday into Wednesday, looking to clear out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. So again, it isn't really going to affect us at all, just if you were out at night. But for today, we have a high in the upper 50s at around 3 or 4 p.m. with mostly sunny skies. And tonight, we will be mostly clear, turning partly cloudy for tomorrow. Temperatures not looking to drop below freezing. Here's your 7-day forecast. Quiet week ahead. That rain does return on Friday, and the temperatures cool down for the weekend with some more rain and maybe even some snow in the forecast. Gary?
Anna, thanks. Turning our focus to the
We're saying good morning to White Sparrow and all of the greater Utica region. Does look like there's still some fall foliage out there, as well as some leaves on the ground. If we do want to take a look at our fall foliage map this morning, North Country and parts of the Southern Valley are past their peak, but again, the Mohawk Valley and the Southern Valley is looking like they're still peaking right now. This is definitely bound to change next week. So great next couple of days to go out there and get those leaves raked or do any yard work at all. This morning, there is another International Space Station viewing. It is happening at 5:47 a.m. It is going to be visible for 5 minutes, appearing west and disappearing south-southeast. So again, it is mostly clear in some of our areas, so this may be something you want to do. Go look out there this morning. If you are heading off to school this morning, I would definitely not bring the umbrella. It is going to be mostly sunny today and dry. When you're going to school, temperatures in the 30s, and heading home, temperatures will be in the 50s, and it will be mostly sunny. I'll have a look at your commute forecast next. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. After
New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. What a great weekend we had over the weekend, and we will have more sunny weather for this work week. Here's a live look at our CAV tower cam overlooking the city of Utica. We are still partly cloudy to mostly clear in some of our areas this morning. We will be mostly sunny throughout the day today. So once again, we do have a quiet weather for this week ahead. It will be warmer, high temperatures 10 degrees above the average high for this time of year. But we are going to be cooling back down for the weekend as a cold front does start to push through. On our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, no activity in sight precipitation-wise, and it will remain this way for most of the week. I do want to point out we will be seeing some rain Tuesday night into Wednesday, but unless you were outside at night, it won't really affect us, so we did not put it on the 7-day. But there is some precipitation coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday from a weakening cold front. But we are seeing mostly quiet conditions for most of this week because we are in high pressure, and it will dominate for most of the week. So let's look at all that on our skycast. This morning we are waking up in the upper 20s to lower 30s, some patchy frost and some patchy fog out there as well. We will be mostly sunny for the day with a high in the mid to upper 50s. Overnight tonight, temperatures not really dropping below freezing, so there is not really going to be any frost tomorrow. Waking up in the 30s, and the high tomorrow is in the mid 50s. Now, it will be more clouds tomorrow than today, and here is that band of precipitation that just moved through overnight tomorrow into Wednesday, clearing out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Before today, we have a high in the mid-50s. That will be up at about 3 or 4 p.m. It will be mostly sunny and remaining mostly clear overnight with lows above freezing. So on the 7-day forecast, we do have partly cloudy days for most of this week. The cold front does start to move through Friday, bringing in some rain and then cooling down those temperatures for the weekend with a chance of snow as well. Gary?
Hannah, thanks. We give you a
This morning we are experiencing patchy frost in some of the areas, so this is just a quick scrape. We did not really fall in the 20s for that long last night for most of our areas, but again, some areas are waking up above freezing, so this is not even needed this morning. As you're heading out the door, I would definitely opt for the large. It is still a bit chilly, but most of the temperatures are above freezing. 35 degrees, patchy frost, and some patchy fog as well. It is partly cloudy conditions out there. But today, we will be warming up quite a bit by around 3 p.m. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s for the high today. So we will be warming up quite a bit for the day today. I'll have another good look at your commute coming up. Back to you, Gary.
thanks. It's a big
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. What a great weekend we had, and we will remain dry and mostly sunny for most of this work week. Let's take a look at our CAV tower cam overlooking the city of Utica. A mix of clear skies and clouds here this morning. Also a mix in temperatures. Some areas are below freezing and some above freezing here this morning. But again, we will see quiet weather for this work week ahead. It will be warmer on average. Temperatures 5 to 10 degrees above the average high for most of this week. But we are going to be cooling back down for this weekend as a cold front does push through on Friday. On our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we see no activity in sight precipitation-wise. And again, this is because we will be in high pressure for most of this week. I do want to point out we may be seeing a band of showers overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So again, it won't really affect us throughout the day, but we will see those showers overnight. So let's look at all that on the SkyCast. A mix of clear skies and clouds this morning. Also a mix in temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. We will see mostly sunny skies today with a high in the mid 50s. Again, that is about 5 degrees above the average high of 48 for this time of year. It will be mostly clear tonight as well with temperatures above freezing for most of our areas. So frost is very unlikely tomorrow morning. More clouds tomorrow than we are going to see today. And again, we will see more cloud cover overnight into Wednesday. And here is that small band of precipitation moving through, looking to clear out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Before today, we have a high in the mid to upper 50s. That'll happen around 3 or 4 p.m. right before sunset. And again, don't forget, that sunset does set at around 4:45 p.m. And overnight tonight will remain mostly clear. We will see increasing clouds in the morning hours tomorrow. We will see a quiet work week ahead, mostly sunny skies for most of the week. That rain does come back in on Friday as that cold front moves through, and that will drop the temperature for the weekend for a chance of some snow showers as well. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Turning our focus to the economy.
Saying good morning to Whitesboro and all of the greater Utica region. A nice look there at the remaining fall foliage as well as some leaves on the ground. This graph is bound to change probably around next week or two. We are still at our peak in the Mohawk Valley and parts of the southern valleys, but the northern part of Otsego County, as well as most of the North Country, are past their peak for fall foliage this year. So again, a not great next couple of days to go out and rake those leaves. If you need to do that, do any yard work at all. It will remain dry Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We are looking at some rain overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, but that should be clearing out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So if you are heading off to school today, temperatures are going to be in the 30s above freezing when you're heading there. Definitely do not need the umbrella today. And on the way home, we'll be in the 50s. So it will be a nice warm up for the day today. And I'll have another look at your commute coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. After being canceled.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful weekend we had this past weekend. We will be continuing to see dry weather for this week coming up. So let's take a look at our CAV tower cam right now. Can't really see much. We are experiencing some fog up here on top of the hill. So there is some patchy fog out there as well as some patchy frost this morning. We are going to see quiet weather for the week ahead, partly cloudy skies up until about Friday, and it will be much warmer. Temperatures 5 to 10 degrees above the average high of 48 for this time of year. We are going to be cooling back down for the weekend as a cold front starts to push through our area on Friday. This is all because we are in high pressure right now, and we will continue to be in high pressure for most of this week. I do want to point out that we may see some showers overnight Tuesday into Wednesday that will last throughout the night, clearing out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. So it won't be happening during the day, just in the overnight hours. Again, this morning we are waking up with some patchy frost, especially in the North Country and parts of the southern valleys. But in the Mohawk Valley, we are above freezing here this morning. Again, there probably is some frost down there in the southern valleys as well. We have a mix of clouds and clear skies here this morning. Temperatures in the 30s now above freezing. We will reach a high in the mid-50s for today, right before that sun sets at 4:45 p.m. Overnight tonight, it will be mostly clear. We will see increasing clouds for tomorrow. A little bit cloudier tomorrow than today, with a high in the mid to upper 50s once again. And in the overnight hours tomorrow into Wednesday, we are going to see some rain. But again, this is going to be very light in nature, and it will end by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. For today, a high in the mid to upper 50s at around 3 or 4 p.m. We will be clear for the night tonight with increasing clouds throughout the night and the low just in the upper 30s. So definitely not waking up with any frost tomorrow, but it will remain dry for most of the week. Temperatures above average. Rain returns on Friday along with that cold front that drops those temperatures for the weekend for a chance of snow as well. Gary?
Hannah, thanks. We gave you.
As you are heading out the door this morning, there is some fog as well as some patchy frost out there, so just keep that in mind when driving. Keep the lights on if you are driving through fog and your defroster on if you do see frost on your windshield this morning. So as you're heading out the door, I would opt for the large coffee this morning. Temperatures are above freezing at this point, rearranging in the 30s here this morning with that patchy frost and that fog. We will warm up quite a bit today to a high in the mid to upper 50s by around 3 or 4 p.m. just before sunset. Remember that sun is setting an hour earlier, so we'll be setting at 4:45 p.m. and cooling back down quickly after that. I'll have another look at your day planner coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. It's a big
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful weekend we had, and it will remain dry and mostly sunny for most of this work week. Let's take a look at our CAV tower cam. Can't really see much over it. We are experiencing some frost some fog up here on the hill. So there is some patchy fog out there as well as some patchy frost here this morning. We will see quiet weather for this week ahead, and it will be warmer as well. Temperatures 5 to 10 degrees above the average high of 48 for this time of year. We are going to be cooling back down for the weekend as a cold front does move through and starts to push through on Friday. We are experiencing this quiet and dry weather because we are dominated by high pressure right now. This high pressure system was in our area for the weekend, giving us a beautiful weekend, and that will give us these dry conditions for these next coming days for most of the work week ahead. This morning we are ranging in the upper 20s to 30s for most of our areas. In the North Country, they experienced some frost earlier this morning as they were below the freezing point. But most areas in the Mohawk Valley were above freezing upon waking up this morning, so they did not see some frost. The southern valleys definitely saw some frost this morning. Their temperatures were ranging in the 20s. A mix of clear skies and clouds here this morning. Temperatures are above the freezing point now in the 30s. It will be mostly sunny for the day today with the high in the mid-50s right before that sun sets at 4:45 p.m. It will remain clear for tonight. We will see increasing clouds throughout the day tomorrow with the high once again in the mid-50s. And I do want to point out, overnight tomorrow into Wednesday, we may be seeing some precipitation due to a weakening cold front, but this will all clear out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday, so it's just going to be an overnight thing. Before today, mostly sunny skies, a high in the mid-50s. Overnight tonight, mostly clear with a low not dropping below the freezing point. So definitely not waking up with some frost tomorrow. It will be dry for most of this week with temperatures in the upper 50s for the high. That rain does move in on Friday, turning into some rain and snow showers for the weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Starting today,
Welcome back. We are waking up this morning with some patchy fog and a mix of sun and clouds in some of our areas. We just saw Old Forge earlier. They are waking up to some patchy fog. This should be lifted within a half an hour or hour or so. Some sunshine in Oppenheim and Coldbrook and the other areas like Westmoreland, Brookfield, Morrisville. They are waking up mostly cloudy here this morning. So when grabbing your coffee, I would grab the large. It is in the 30s still out there, but it's fairly warmer than what we're used to. It is not below those freezing levels. For today, we will have a high in the mid to upper 50s. This will happen at around 3 or 4 p.m. just before that sun sets at 4:45. And for tonight, we will remain mostly clear with the low above freezing in the mid-30s. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. We highlight first look at our forecast. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans. And Hannah, still some fog out there in certain spots.
Yes, we are still seeing some dense fog. It is in the high levels of the Mohawk Valley in the sky, but the southern valleys and the North Country look to be clear right now. A live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, no precipitation, no activity in sight. It will remain dry today. And if we look at our Mesonet cameras across the region, we do see the North Country and the southern valleys have mostly blue skies out there, but still some areas of the Mohawk Valley is still seeing that heavy, dense fog in the high levels. This is because our temperature is very close to the dew point here in the Mohawk Valley. We are at 48 degrees. Dew point is at 44, so fog can form within the 5-degree difference between this temperature and this dew point. But for today, we will be warming up to the mid-50s for the high, for some sunshine later on, and it will be clear overnight tonight, and I'll be tracking more sunshine in your work week forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Governor Hochul has
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. We are still seeing some fog over the Mohawk Valley right now, but it is starting to lift for a mostly sunny day today. Let's take a look at our Cavity Tower Cam. As we can see right now, that fog is slowly starting to lift, and we will see some sunshine later on here in the Mohawk Valley. On our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, there is no activity precipitation-wise in sight, and it will remain that way for most of the week. This is because we are dominated by high pressure for most of this week. The next chance of rain does look like the overnight hours of Tuesday into Wednesday, but that rain will remain in those overnight hours, not really affecting our days. And the next chance of rain during the day is going to be Friday into next weekend. Temperatures right now are sitting in the upper 40s to 50s, so we are close to that high temperature in the mid-50s. We were in the lower 50s in the North Country, upper 40s to lower 50s in the Mohawk Valley, and still in the mid-40s over there in Sherburne. So we are warming up quickly today. We will reach a high in the mid-50s right before that sun sets at 4:45 p.m. today. So a great day to spend some time outside once that fog lifts in the Mohawk Valley. But again, the North Country and the Southern Valleys are seeing beautiful blue skies right now. So great day to spend some time outside. Same thing goes for tomorrow and Wednesday. We will see a little bit more cloud cover tomorrow than today, but still, it is going to remain dry for most of the day. So anything you need to do outside, get some yard work done as well. So again, right now we are still seeing some fog in the Mohawk Valley, but it is sunny everywhere else. Temperatures in the 40s to 50s. By 6 p.m., since that sun already set, we will drop quickly back down into the upper 30s, and overnight tonight remaining in the 30s. It does not look to go below freezing tonight, so the chance of frost tomorrow morning is looking pretty low. We will see more clouds tomorrow than we saw today, but it is going to remain dry with temperatures in the mid-50s once again for the high. Now, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, we are going to see some rain, but again, that will seem to remain overnight because by 7 a.m. on Wednesday, it does look to clear all the way out. The high for Wednesday, once again, is in the mid-50s. So we are above average in temperatures for this week, and today our high is in the mid to upper 50s. It will be mostly sunny today once that fog does lift in the Mohawk Valley. Tomorrow, same thing, high in the mid 50s, a little bit more cloud cover than today. And on the 7-day forecast, we see we are remaining dry and above average for most of this week. The rain does return Friday due to a cold front, and once that cold front does move through, it will drop that temperature for the weekend. The showers do remain, and this may be mixed precipitation as well. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. As of today,
we are still seeing some fog lingering out there, especially in the Mohawk Valley. But the North Country and the Southern Valleys, most of their areas are seeing blue skies right now. Let's take a look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, we're not experiencing any precipitation today. It will be dry, and it will be that way for most of this week. And on our Mesonet cameras, we do see some fog is still in the area in the Mohawk Valley. This is because we are very close to that dew point temperature. But in the North Country and the Southern Valleys, if we look at our cameras, they are seeing beautiful blue skies right now. Again, our temperature at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome is 48 degrees, so that is still in the Mohawk Valley. The dew point is at 44, so again, that is only 4 degrees difference. That is why we are still seeing that fog. Once this temperature does rise a little bit more, that fog will continue to lift throughout the afternoon. So we're expecting to see mostly sunny skies this afternoon, a high in the mid-50s, and that will have more sunshine in the forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. More than 6.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. We are still seeing some lingering fog, especially in the Mohawk Valley, but parts of the North Country and the Southern Valleys are mostly clear right now. Here's a live look at our Cavity Tower Cam overlooking the city of Utica. Again, we are still seeing some fog out there, but that is starting to lift if we look here on our camera. On the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we see no activity precipitation-wise in our area today, and it will remain that way for most of this week. This is because we are in high pressure right now. It had come to dominate this past weekend, and it will remain in the area for most of this work week. I do want to point out Tuesday night into Wednesday, we are going to be receiving some scattered showers, but again, it is mostly overnight, so it won't affect the days. Local temperatures right now are sitting in the 50s up there in the North Country and the upper 40s to 50s here in the Mohawk Valley. If we move a bit further down south, it is in the mid-50s right now as well. So those areas that are seeing those blue skies here this afternoon, great day to spend some time outside. In the Mohawk Valley here, about an hour or so, I expect that fog to lift once that temperature does continue to warm up. So it should be seeing sunny skies here in the Mohawk Valley as well. Another great day tomorrow and for Wednesday. Just spend some time outside, maybe get some outdoor yard work done. On our Skycast right now, we do see temperatures ranging in the upper 40s to 50s right now. It is going to be mostly clear again once that fog lifts, if you are still seeing that fog. After that sun sets at around 4:45 p.m. this evening, temperatures will drop quickly back down into the upper 30s to lower 40s. Overnight tonight, temperatures don't look to drop below the freezing level, so frost is very unlikely tomorrow morning. We will see more clouds tomorrow than we do see today, but it will continue to remain dry throughout the day. Now, if we look Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when we start to see those scattered showers moving through, but this looks to remain all overnight, looking to clear out by 7 a.m. on Wednesday. It will really start to clear out for a mostly sunny day once again on Wednesday. Before today, we have a high in the mid-50s. It is going to be mostly sunny again once that fog lifts, if you are still seeing that. And tomorrow, a high in the mid-50s as well. More cloud cover tomorrow than we did see today. We will remain above average in temperatures for this week, about 5 to 10 degrees above the average high of 48 for this time of year. It will remain dry with that exception of Tuesday night into Wednesday. Our next chance of rain after that does look to be Friday because of a cold front moving through. And once that cold front does move through, it will drop those high temperatures for Saturday and Sunday with that chance of rain still in there, maybe some mixed precipitation as well. Gary?
I think we better enjoy this week while we have it.
Yes, enjoy the sunshine because we are going to be getting some rain this weekend.
Hannah, thanks. Have you
Hardest tracking from the Weather Center. We had sunshine today.
Yeah, lots of sunshine, a little bit of haze in the air. I just wanted to take a moment to address that. This is actually smog. This is some air pollution that originated in our area. A lot of this comes from car emissions, and the reason why we're seeing this today is because the winds are extremely light and we have a temperature inversion, so the air is just trapped. That's not normal around here, and that's why we've been seeing some haze. This picture from Jim Brock in New Hartford from earlier today. With the winds eventually picking up, this smog will eventually move out of the area. A better chance of that happening Wednesday compared to tomorrow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry. Our current temperature is 49 degrees. So we made it into the 50s today, but we will cool off pretty quickly as we head into tonight. Our weather headlines, not going to be as cold tonight, not as much frost. Clouds return tomorrow, and it does turn cooler and unsettled as we look ahead. This evening, again, mostly clear. Temperatures tumbling pretty quickly here. We are tracking some relatively mild weather for the short term and then big changes ahead. Look at that forecast is coming out. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. Veterans Day.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. It was a cloudy start to the day, but we eventually saw lots of sunshine across the area. I had to be a little bit patient today, but it did turn out to be a very wonderful afternoon. Dry, clear skies, some haze in the background as we take a live look at our Cavity Tower Cam. Again, that haze today caused by some smog. This is not going to be as much of an issue here as the air starts to move again as we head into the next couple of days. As we look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, it is quiet across our area and it will stay dry. By the way, wanted to take a look at how the sunset will affect what it looks like at 5 p.m. and it's going to be dark here. We're into the darkest part of the year over the next several weeks. The sunset took place earlier at 4:43. Next week, 4:37. A month from now, it will be the earliest of the entire year at 4:25. And then 2 months from now, still looking dark. The sunset doesn't turn back to 5 p.m. until January 20th. So we have several more weeks to go before it starts to turn. But it eventually will. So you look at temperatures across the area. Rome, 50 degrees. Dolgeville, 48. Big Moose, 50. Lowville, 55. Across Southern Valleys, Sherburne with 54 degrees and Skinnevis with 48. If you are taking the dog out this evening, temperatures will drop into the 40s. It cools off pretty quickly, but the weather does look dry. Tonight's featured dog is Ginger. And if you want to be part of this, head to Bill's Buddies on Facebook. This is brought to you by Staffworks. Our temperature trend will stay in the 50s here for the rest of the week. That's not bad for this time of the year. We're typically in the upper 40s. We will get into the upper 40s by Saturday as our weather patterns start to change, and it does become a lot more unsettled as we head into the weekend. Bigger picture shows high pressure that remains in control of our weather. And as the winds turn into the southwest, we will be watching for warmer weather to get here tomorrow, but there's also going to be a very weak cold front that drops in from the north that will bring us more cloud cover and even some rain showers tomorrow night. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. We're dry tonight. Some clouds start to develop as we head into tomorrow, so it's not going to be sunny like it was this afternoon. We will see mostly cloudy skies across the area. Temperatures will be in the low to mid-50s. Tomorrow night, the weather remains cloudy, and we expect to see some light rain showers overnight, especially by midnight and into about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The weather clears out for Wednesday, and we'll see clouds giving way to sunshine. A nice afternoon when temperatures in the mid-50s. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight lows in the mid-30s. Cloudy skies as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Heading into the week, again, a couple of nice days here. Wednesday and Thursday, dry and relatively mild. Some rain on Friday, and then things start to change. It gets colder here. Maybe some rain and snow showers. Nothing big on the horizon heading into Sunday and Monday. Coming up in a few minutes, we're talking about a really unique sighting in the sky that's been taking place over the past couple of weeks.
All right, Bill, thank you.
A 16-year-old kid meteorologist, Bill Curtis. What do we got here?
Beautiful night sky tonight. We're talking about what many folks have been sending us in, the moon and a bright star. This is actually Venus, and you'll see this in the night sky pretty shortly. Actually, probably be able to see it now. So there's Venus, and there's the crescent moon. This picture from Amy in Clinton, we do appreciate that. And again, that'll be a treat to see in the sky here for the next couple of days. By the way, I wanted to take a closer look at smog and explain why skies were hazy today. This is not common to our area. Smog is something that you see more on the West Coast. in larger areas, and this is caused by something called a temperature inversion. So in normal conditions, the air near the surface is warm, the air aloft is cold, and air circulates around. So when you get pollution, it just tends to rise and get into the higher part of the atmosphere. But when you have a temperature inversion like we did today, where the air is warmer aloft, it tends to suppress the air, and it causes the air to become trapped. And if it happens for a long enough period of time, pollution that takes place in the lower levels does tend to accumulate. That's what we're seeing today. This was caused locally. It's caused by vehicle emissions, industrial activity, things that originate in this area. And again, we're expecting conditions to be like this today, maybe tomorrow, but certainly by Wednesday, the winds start to pick up and we'll see conditions go back to normal and no more haze. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It will be mostly clear this evening. Temperatures will cool off pretty quickly. We're tracking some nice weather over the next couple of days. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Happening tomorrow for
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. We are tracking some pretty quiet weather here over the next couple of days. Temperatures will be warmer than average. Let's take a live look outside our CAV Terra Cam, where it is now completely dark at this time as we change the clocks over the weekend. The sunset was earlier this afternoon at 4:43. And again, we're going to continue to hold on to clear skies as we head into tonight, and temperatures will fall into the 30s. I don't think we're going to see as much frost tonight as we saw over the past several nights. Instead of dropping into the 20s, overnight lows look to be in the mid to upper 30s. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry, and it will stay dry over the next couple of days. Perfect weather to rake the leaves. If you have to do that, the weather should cooperate. We're looking at dry conditions Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, although do note we are expecting to see some rain tomorrow night and into very early Wednesday morning, so the leaves will likely get wet here first thing Wednesday. But again, the weather patterns are pretty favorable here for the next few days. Alder Creek, 40 degrees, Glenmore, 52, Barneveld, 44. Temperatures vary just based on when the skywatchers checked in. Clinton, Bob with 51, Mike in New Hartford, 47. Across Southern Valleys, we've got Whitesboro with 51 degrees, Richfield, Jim with 50, Cooperstown 48, Jeff and Mohawk 44, and West Lawrence checking in with 53 degrees. We have a dome of high pressure in control of our weather. It is bringing generally dry weather to the region. We will see a weak cold front drop in from the north as we head into tomorrow night, bringing us clouds and a few light rain showers. The weather remains dry and clear tonight as overnight lows drop down into the 30s. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, clouds return to the area. It's looking mostly cloudy for the day tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s. Tomorrow night is when we're expecting clouds to produce some light rain, and that will be rolling through the region here near and after midnight. And it's gone by Wednesday morning. We're expecting winds to turn into the northwest. With clearing skies, temperatures will drop, or actually will rise into the 50s and then drop into the 40s and 30s heading into Wednesday night. Mostly clear tonight, low of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, mild for this time of the year, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. A look at your Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 55 degrees. Veterans Day, 57, looking at dry conditions as well. The weather begins to change Friday as a cold front approaches. This brings us rain, still pretty mild, temperatures in the upper 50s. Clouds and rain showers Saturday, mixing it with some snow showers as temperatures cool off into the low to mid 40s by Sunday and Monday. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're explaining why skies were so hazy this afternoon across parts of central New York. Stay with us.
Time now for a first look at the forecast at 6. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
All right, we saw some haze in the air today, and I wanted to take a minute to address this. This is smog. This is a picture from Jim Brock in New Hartford. We've had many folks mentioning the haze in the air, wondering where it was caused and where it came from. This is from air pollution in the local area, and the reason why we're seeing it today and not on normal days is because the air is trapped. We have a temperature inversion. The air is just locked in place. This is causing this air pollution to accumulate. With the winds changing direction, this will eventually lift and move out of the area. If not tomorrow, certainly by Wednesday, with west winds kicking back in. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry, it is clear, and it's cooling off. Our current temperature is 44 degrees. Our weather headlines, not quite as cold tonight. Many areas will avoid a frost. Not all places, though. Clouds return tomorrow afternoon. It turns cooler and unsettled as we look ahead to the end of the week. We're mostly clear this evening. Temperatures quickly falling into the 40s. We're tracking some mild temperatures for the next couple of days. A look at that forecast is coming up. Back over to you.
Thanks, Bill. Let's go county by county with the newest.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some mild weather over the next couple of days. Temperatures will climb into the 50s, and the weather stays generally dry at least for a few more days. This is a live look at our CAV Tower Cam overlooking the city of Utica. Earlier today, we had quite a bit of haze that has moved into the area. This is coming from something called smog. This is happening on the local level where we have air pollution taking place, whether it's cars driving or industrial activity. We don't typically see this around here because we don't typically have conditions to cause this. In normal conditions, the air is warm at the surface and cooler aloft. But when we have something called a temperature inversion like we did today, it basically prevents the air from rising. It traps it, and that's what was causing the haze to take place. Conditions look similar to this tomorrow, but by Wednesday, this weather pattern breaks down and the haze will go away. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry. If you're looking to get out and do some raking, the weather should be pretty good for this. Dry weather. And our next chance of rain will be tomorrow night, so the leaves may be wet first thing Wednesday morning, but in general, the weather does look to stay dry here over the next couple of days. Alder Creek, 40 degrees, Barneveld, 44. John and Schuyler checking in with 47. Across Southern Valleys, Cassville, 46. Edmonston, 52. And Milford, Mark checks in with 43 degrees. As we look at the radar and satellite image, we are tracking high pressure that will remain in control of our weather. This is going to bring us dry conditions. There's one, I guess, bump in the road, we'll call it. A cold front tomorrow night will produce a few light rain showers. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 30s. Heading into Tuesday, we start out with cloud cover across the area. It'll build in from north to south. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, the weather remains dry, but it looks cloudy. Heading into tomorrow night, some light rain starts to develop, and this will be around overnight. By Wednesday morning, it clears out, and we'll see clouds giving way to sunshine and a beautiful Wednesday afternoon with breezy conditions and temperatures climbing into the 50s. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 35. Tomorrow, looking at mostly cloudy skies, temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wednesday and Thursday, the weather remains dry. We're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. On Friday, a cold front will arrive, and this will bring a round of rain to the area. Temperatures will cool off. In fact, some scattered showers on Saturday, 48 degrees. And cool enough for some snow showers as we look ahead to Sunday and Monday with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. We'll be right back.
Forecast tonight. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Calm, quiet night, right?
Yeah, things are looking pretty good out there. Clear skies, light winds, cooling off quickly. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking pretty quiet across the region. Pretty neat sight in the sky tonight. You can see the crescent moon next to Venus. This was more visible earlier in the night, so definitely something to check out again heading into tomorrow night. Current temperature is 40 degrees. We've been getting some reports of haze in the area from earlier today. This turned out to be some smog. It's a combination of fog as well as smoke, some light air pollution impacting visibility earlier today. We're not as cold tonight. Clouds return tomorrow, and we are tracking cooler and unsettled weather as we look ahead. We are mostly clear tonight. We're down into the mid-30s, so some patchy frost, just not as much as the past several nights. Not quite as cold. We are tracking, again, some comfortable temperatures for early November before the weather starts to change. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the city of...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look outside. This is our CAV Tower Cam overlooking the city of Utica this evening. And we saw some haze in the sky earlier today. I mentioned that this was smog, and I just want to take a moment to explain what was happening since we don't see this very often in our area. This has to do with pollution that gets trapped in the lower levels. So typically what happens in any given day is that when we have cars and that are driving around. They're creating some emission or industrial activity. We get smoke that'll rise into the atmosphere, and that's what is typical. But when the conditions are unusual, we have something called a temperature inversion in place that suppresses the air, and it traps the air near the surface, and all of that pollution can accumulate near the surface. And that's what we were seeing earlier this afternoon, which was causing the haze. We expect conditions to be similar tonight and tomorrow, but then by Wednesday, this inversion breaks down, and we're expecting an improvement in air quality and visibility. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet. If you're going to be out and about, maybe raking the yard, pretty decent weather to do that over the next couple of days. We are looking at high pressure that is building in, that has been building in. It's going to continue to give us dry weather. That high pressure system will eventually head to the south and east, and our weather will change. Not for the short term, though. Heading into tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies. We're expecting overnight lows to drop down into the 30s. Noticeable cloud cover develops early tomorrow, and that will be sticking around throughout the day. We'll call it mostly cloudy. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s. Tomorrow night, a weak cold front will approach from the west, and this does give us a few light rain showers tomorrow night. The showers will be coming to an end before Wednesday morning. In fact, we're expecting skies to clear out and sunshine to return as temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Mostly clear tonight, low 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a generally quiet, dry afternoon, temperatures in the mid-50s. A look at your Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather remains dry. Again, some light rain tomorrow night. That's out of here by Wednesday. Wednesday's high 55. We're dry on Thursday, 57. A cold front arrives Friday. This brings some rain to the area. Still pretty warm. Temperatures close to 60 before the weather cools off. On Saturday, temperatures drop into the upper 40s. Some rain showers, rain and snow showers in the forecast on Sunday and Monday of next week. We'll be right back.
Forecast, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jason. Pretty quiet weather. Really nice sight in the sky tonight. Venus and the crescent moon next to each other. This was the picture last night. If you were looking for this earlier today, they were actually flipped around. The moon was to the left of Venus, and that's, of course, because the way the Earth rotates around the moon, and I should say the way the moon spins around the Earth, it changes here. The moon rises about 15 minutes later each night. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Current temperature is 39 degrees and falling. We are going to see temperatures into the mid-30s as we head into tonight. Our weather headlines, not quite as cold tonight compared to the past couple of nights where we've been dropping down into the 20s. Clouds return as we head into tomorrow, and we expect to see some unsettled weather heading into the end of the week and into the weekend. Tonight, mostly clear and cool. Some patchy frost, but again, not quite as cold. Low of 35. We are tracking some milder weather, at least for the short term. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the City of Oneonta Legislative Committee.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look outside. This is our Cav V Tower Cam overlooking the city of Utica. Earlier today, we noticed haze in the sky. I want to just take a moment to explain where that came from, because this was generated, and this came from something called smog. It's uncommon to see smog in central New York. This is basically smog. It comes from smoke and fog combined together, and it's caused by air pollution. Now, typically, when we have pollution, it goes into the atmosphere with warm air near the surface, cold air aloft. But sometimes when you have a special scenario called a temperature inversion, that's when the air warms aloft, and it creates this layer, this boundary that traps the air beneath it. And that's what we were experiencing earlier today. So the pollution that we do get on a regular basis, that being emissions from cars or industrial activity or agricultural activity, it doesn't have to be a large amount, but if it just adds up over the course of time, you will get some of this smog develop when the air is very stagnant. And that is going to change over the next couple of days. This inversion will break down tomorrow and certainly tomorrow night as the winds turn into the west. We'll start to get more what we call mixing of the air, and that will not be an issue going forward. Live look at the Oakville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry across the area. If you're looking to clean up the yard, the next couple of days offer plenty of opportunities to do that. We do have some rain in the forecast for tomorrow night, but that will be out of here by Wednesday morning, so the leaves will be wet Wednesday. But again, we are looking forward to some dry weather and some warm weather, mild conditions for this time of the year. So you look at the radar and satellite image, we've got high pressure that is going to control our weather. That will be the case for the next few days as this system heads very slowly to the east. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. The weather looks mostly clear, and again, we do cool off. I expect some clouds to start to work into the area as we head into tomorrow. So we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy tomorrow morning. And it'll be mostly cloudy throughout the majority of the day. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s, but dry. Tomorrow night, a weak cold front approaches from the west. This will bring some rain showers to the area overnight. This is out of here by Wednesday. We'll start out the day with some clouds, and we should quickly see sunshine throughout Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the 50s. Mostly clear tonight. Not as much frost, not quite as cold as the past several nights. Low of 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, dry, and pleasant. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather continues to stay mild for Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. A cold front arrives Friday. It brings a round of rain. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Cooler weather on Saturday, 48, with some rain showers. Cool enough for rain and snow showers as we look ahead to Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.